Welcome to the Smithshyre, a homestead owned by Ronnie and Aaron Smith and located in Paulsbo, Washington. They raise Finnish landrace sheep, dwarf Nigerian goats, Narragansett turkeys, and several heritage varieties of chickens. These two hardworking people also work 2 greenhouses, a 1/4-acre market garden, and several orchards. We are lucky to be here today to learn something about shearing sheep. This is an important day in a shepherd's season when their wool crop is harvested. Before the sheep shearer arrives on the farm, it is important that the sheep be confined close to the area where they will be shorn. For the safety and comfort of the shearer, the sheep must be dry. It is also a good idea not to feed them the night before their haircuts. This allows them to bend more comfortably in the hands of the shearer. The sheep at the Smithshyre are Finnish landrace that are raised for both wool and meat. They are particularly noted for having multiple births, and their wool, while not as fine as merino, can be worn against the skin. When it is time for the action to begin, the sheep are pulled one at a time to the shearing board. This is Lizzie, a professional sheep shearer who has over 10 years of experience. The shearing pattern that she uses was developed in New Zealand and is designed to be safe both for the shearer and the sheep. Sheep are flight animals, so when they are held with all 4 feet off the ground, they are defenseless, and so they relax. You will notice that she follows the same path around each sheep, starting with the belly wool and lower legs. As Lizzie works, she controls the animal with her legs and feet, so both hands are free to hold the clippers and to smooth any wrinkles out of the skin. There are parts of the sheep's fleece that are considered inferior, so Lizzie throws them off the shearing board as she works. These include the belly wool, wool from the lower legs, and the top knot. Her goal is for the rest of the fleece to come off in one piece with as few second cuts as possible. A second cut occurs when the shearer goes over the same patch of wool twice and results in a short bit of fleece that will blemish the final product. Once the shearer is done, the fleece is thrown onto a skirting table. This is a table with a mesh top that allows the second cuts to fall through and is large enough to spread out the entire fleece cut side down. Ideally, you will be able to identify the part of the sheep the fleece is from, whether it is the leg, the shoulder, etc. Skirting involves working around the fleece, removing any vegetable matter and manure that might be clinging to the fiber. The fleece should also be inspected for cotting at the tips and felting at the butt end of the lock. If the fibers can be pulled apart, leave them in, but if they're locked together, this will cause problems down the road, and it is better to skirt them out. The fleece should be tested for strength by snapping in your hand. A strong fleece will ping like a guitar string. A weak fleece may make a crackling sound and should not be used for further processing. Once you are happy with the way the fleece looks, it should be folded in thirds the long way, rolled from butt to shoulder, and placed in a plastic bag. For longer storage, it is better to place it in a paper or cardboard container. Now that we've finished skirting the fleece, the next step will be washing it. Protein fibers are unique among natural fibers in that before you can do anything else with them, they have to be washed. So the lanolin needs to be removed, and any more debris that's left in them will be washed out. It's usually washed in very hot water, 160 degrees, with a mild soap. We hope you have enjoyed this short video on sheep shearing, brought to you by Twisted Straight Fibers, and with many thanks to Ronnie and Aaron Smith of the Smithshyre, who shared this important day with us.